Hey everyone, welcome back to Reliable Prepper. Today, we're discussing one of the most important topics for every household: home security and invasion preparedness. Imagine you're home alone, someone knocks on your door unexpectedly, or you spot an unfamiliar car parked in your driveway. What's your next move? Situations like these can be unsettling, but with the right preparation, we can reduce the risk of a break-in, helping you keep your family and home secure. In this video, we're going to cover everything from fortifying entry points to designing a defensive home layout, understanding and setting up surveillance, and preparing effective emergency response strategies. By the end, you'll have a complete step-by-step plan for turning your home into a secure and protected space against any unexpected threats. Before we dive in, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up if these tips are helpful. Also, don't forget to sign up for my free bi-weekly newsletter, where you'll receive my ebook, Surviving Civil Unrest, a complete guide, as a thank you. Follow us on Facebook for more updates, resources, and community discussions. All right, let's get started. Let's start with the essentials. Building a secure foundation for your home. A strong security setup relies on more than just high-tech gadgets. It starts with reinforcing every potential entry point and setting up deterrents. These steps may seem simple, but they can turn your home from an easy target into a fortified, difficult-to-breach structure. First, let's address doors. Doors are the primary entry point for many intruders and are often overlooked in home security plans. Many people assume that a basic deadbolt is enough, but for maximum protection, we need to go further. Start by choosing solid core doors made from durable materials like metal or solid wood. Unlike hollow core doors, these provide greater resistance against forced entry, making them essential for both front and back doors. Consider adding multi-point locking systems, which lock the door at several points along the frame. This type of lock distributes force across multiple areas, making it much more challenging for an intruder to break through. Next, let's talk about the strike plate, the metal plate on the doorframe where your deadbolt latch enters. Replace the small screws that typically come with strike plates with longer 3 or 4-inch screws. These penetrate deeper into the wall's framing, allowing them to withstand a strong kick or ram. If you're looking for added protection, door reinforcement kits and heavy-duty door braces can make a big difference, especially at night. Many of these devices are inexpensive, easy to install, and make it almost impossible for someone to force open the door. If you're using a smart lock, opt for one with remote control and alerts, so you receive a notification if someone tampers with it. Ground-level windows are often the most vulnerable part of any home. Start by applying a security film, ideally 8 to 12 mil thick, to reinforce the glass. Security films prevent glass from shattering and are highly effective for both storm and break-in protection. For additional protection, consider laminated glass, which doesn't shatter as easily and can withstand multiple hits without breaking. Install window locks and stops to limit how much windows can open. This simple measure restricts entry, especially in areas that are easily accessible. And here's an added layer of security. Use window sensors as part of your home security system. These sensors trigger alarms when someone attempts to open the window, providing both deterrence and real-time alerts. Landscaping can also add a natural security barrier. Plant thorny bushes like roses or holly beneath windows to make it physically challenging for anyone to get close. These plants also make noise if disturbed, potentially alerting you or neighbors to any suspicious activity. Don't forget about secondary entry points like garage doors and back doors, which are often less secure. Ensure that the door between your garage and main home is a solid core door with a reliable lock. Consider adding a sliding door lock to any glass patio doors, preventing intruders from lifting or forcing them open. For gates and fences, make sure they're equipped with a sturdy lock. Fences create an outer barrier and add a layer of privacy and protection, signaling to would-be intruders that your property is secured. Now that we've discussed setting up entry barriers and your safe room, let's cover how to create an effective defensive layout throughout your home and how to make the most out of surveillance technology. A layered approach to defense and visibility helps keep intruders from gaining access while keeping you and your family aware and protected. Start by analyzing your home's layout and identifying areas that could be potential hiding spots for intruders, such as blind corners, narrow hallways, and room entrances. Position furniture or mirrors strategically to give yourself visibility into these areas without exposing yourself. You may want to use mirrors in long hallways or around doorways to get a clear view of what's beyond. This setup allows you to check certain areas discreetly before entering, and it can also be a psychological deterrent for an intruder. Ensure that every main room in your house has a clear and direct path to your safe room. If there are obstacles in the way, like furniture or decor, rearrange them to create a smooth escape route for you and your family members. This pathway should ideally be close to walls and away from windows to avoid being seen from the outside. To slow down an intruder's access through your home, reinforce doors leading to bedrooms, living areas, and other primary rooms. Even a basic door jammer or a lock on interior doors can create an extra barrier that buys you precious time. Another low-cost option is to add wedge-style door stoppers on the floor at night, which makes it harder for someone to force the door open quickly. Investing in a barrier device that slides under the door adds another layer of resistance, making it challenging for an intruder to push the door open even with significant force. These simple tools can provide added peace of mind and extra security for a very minimal cost. Surveillance plays a critical role in your home defense plan. Not only does it act as a deterrent, but it also provides real-time information on what's happening around your property. Begin by installing cameras at all primary entry points, including the front and back doors and any side entrances. Consider adding cameras to cover any blind spots around your property, such as alleyways, backyards, and even basement windows if accessible. In large properties or homes with expansive grounds, opt for 360-degree cameras in strategic locations to provide wide area coverage. Night vision or low-light cameras are especially important for home security because most break-ins occur at night. If possible, enable continuous recording or use motion-activated recording to save storage while capturing essential footage. If you're working on a budget, consider using dummy cameras as visual deterrents. Place them in visible spots around your property to indicate that your home is under surveillance. To protect your actual cameras, keep them in discreet, hard-to-reach areas where they are less likely to be tampered with. Ensure that your camera footage is backed up on a DVR or cloud service, especially if your area is prone to power outages or if Wi-Fi reliability is a concern. For those in rural areas or regions with frequent power outages, a solar-powered or battery backup camera system ensures that your surveillance remains functional at all times. Your home security needs depend on where you live, so let's explore how to tailor security tactics for apartments, rural areas, and urban environments. In apartments where you may not control common entry points, personalizing your security is key. Start by adding a secondary lock, like a door jammer or wedge lock inside your apartment door to prevent forced entry. Work with building management to add security features, like common area cameras and regular maintenance of locks, and always report suspicious activity immediately. Even on higher floors, adding security film or locks to windows can provide an extra layer of protection. Ensure your apartment's entry points are as secure as possible. Consider adding a peephole cover to prevent anyone from looking into your apartment and install a doorbell camera if building rules allow it. Apartment intercoms with video functionality are excellent for screening visitors and deliveries. Living in rural or remote areas brings specific challenges, particularly because emergency services are farther away. Here, creating a layered security system is crucial. Place perimeter alarms along your driveway or at property edges to detect any approach. Motion-activated lights around your property's perimeter can deter intruders, as they're visible and signal that someone is monitoring the property. A generator is a must for rural settings to keep security devices powered during an outage. Additionally, establish a mutual aid plan with neighbors. Check on each other during emergencies or alert each other to suspicious activity. For reliable communication in areas with limited cell service, consider a two-way radio or satellite phone. In urban settings, security challenges often come from high foot traffic. A smart doorbell or intercom system can help you screen visitors before you open the door, especially important in areas where package theft is common. When possible, schedule deliveries for times when you're home or use a secure parcel locker. Keep valuables out of sight from windows, as urban burglars are often opportunistic, looking for easy, visible targets. Secure your garage and other secondary entry points, as these are commonly exploited in urban burglaries. If you park in an open or street-facing area, consider a car camera for additional security, capturing anyone who may attempt to tamper with your vehicle. Let's dive into one of the most critical components of home security, setting up and using a safe room. This room isn't just about a locked door, it's a designated secure space where you and your family can stay protected during emergencies, whether it's a break-in, a natural disaster, or any situation that poses an immediate risk. A well-equipped safe room gives you time to call for help and stay hidden until responders arrive. The location of your safe room is essential. Select a room with a single entrance, ideally without windows, and centrally located within the home or somewhere hidden from plain view. Ideal choices include a large closet, a bathroom, or a basement room. Avoid rooms with windows, but if your chosen space has them, reinforce them with security film or bars. Consider soundproofing the walls if possible. This can help prevent an intruder from hearing any activity inside, which is especially useful if you need to make emergency calls or communicate quietly. Make sure the route to this room is free from obstacles, as you'll need to access it quickly during an emergency. Clear any clutter, rearrange furniture if necessary, and consider installing low-profile nightlights along the route to guide family members without drawing attention from outside the room. In some cases, adding a staging point near the entrance to your safe room can help. This is simply an area, like a hallway corner, where family members can meet up before moving into the safe room together if time allows. A fully stocked safe room is vital for maintaining safety and comfort if you need to remain there for an extended period. Start with essentials like bottled water, non-perishable snacks, and flashlights with backup batteries. Other supplies should include a power bank to charge your phone, a basic first aid kit, a multi-purpose tool, and if possible, a backup phone with emergency contacts preloaded. If your main phone isn't accessible during a crisis, this backup device can be a lifesaver for calling 911 or alerting neighbors. It's also wise to include a weather radio to stay informed of local news in case of an extended emergency, like a natural disaster or power outage. Consider a fire extinguisher as well, especially if you're in a home with a multi-level setup where exits might be limited. Place these supplies in a container, like a small lockable bin, for easy storage and organization. Reinforce the safe room door with a deadbolt or a specialized door brace, and if possible, add a steel bar or heavy-duty door stopper across the inside. In the absence of such equipment, heavy furniture can be positioned as a makeshift barrier. When in the room, keep it dark to avoid attracting attention from any windows or gaps. If light is necessary, use a flashlight with a red filter, as it provides visibility without being as noticeable to someone outside. If you have extra funds, consider investing in ballistic or reinforced door options specifically designed for safe rooms. Some models include privacy screens or additional acoustic insulation to further increase security and discretion. When sheltering with family members, silent communication can be invaluable. Using color-coded flashlights or a small dry erase board for silent messages helps you pass important information without making noise. For instance, red could mean stay quiet, green could indicate all clear, and blue could signal that it's safe to leave the room. Establish these cues with family members ahead of time, especially if young children are involved. Establish simple code words to convey information. For instance, blue could mean it's safe to exit, while red could mean to remain hidden and quiet. If family members are spread out in the house when a threat is detected, establish a specific knock pattern to verify it's safe before unlocking the door. The safe room should be a place of calm, quiet, and focus. Staying silent, alert, and ready to communicate effectively with others helps maintain everyone's safety until the danger has passed. Now that your home is fortified, let's go over specific scenarios and protocols to follow if you're faced with a security situation. Knowing how to react can be just as important as the physical defenses you've put in place. Imagine you're home alone during the day and there's an unexpected knock at the door. First, resist the urge to answer immediately. Instead, observe from a safe location, like a peephole, or using your doorbell camera, if you have one. If not, try using a limited view window but remain out of sight. Take note of the person's body language. Are they peeking into windows, trying to look around, or acting suspiciously? These are red flags. If the person is persistent, engage verbally, but do so from behind a closed door. Ask direct questions like, "Who are you here for?" Or "Do you have an appointment?" Sometimes even brief engagement can deter scammers or would-be intruders posing as service people, as they might not expect any interaction. Politely but firmly tell them you're not interested, and keep the conversation short to avoid giving away any personal details. such as whether you're alone. If you still feel uneasy, notify a friend or neighbor, letting them know about the situation for added accountability. Many would-be intruders avoid scenarios where a third party could be alerted or involved. It's wise to have a self-defense tool like pepper spray within reach in case the encounter escalates. Remember, you're under no obligation to open the door for anyone, so trust your instincts. If something feels off, it likely is. In a worst-case scenario, let's say an intruder breaks in while you're asleep. The initial action should be to alert your family members quickly and quietly. Use a pre-arranged code word or phrase that everyone knows, such as red zone or lockdown, so they know to proceed to the safe room. Move as silently as possible, using predetermined paths and routes that allow you to reach the safe room without drawing attention. Avoid turning on any lights, which could reveal your position to the intruder. Instead, keep a flashlight with a red filter handy in your sleeping area, as red light is less noticeable. Once you're in the safe room, lock the door and call 911. Keep your voice calm and level when speaking to dispatch. This will help you stay focused and prevent the intruder from overhearing your call. If it's not possible to reach the safe room, create a quick barrier using available furniture. A dresser, chair, or even a heavy object pushed against the door can delay an intruder and buy you a few seconds. This could give you enough time to make an emergency call or alert others in the household. In situations where confrontation becomes unavoidable, position yourself defensively and use a calm, assertive voice to let the intruder know you're prepared to defend yourself. Sometimes a firm warning can be enough to make an intruder back down. These situations happen quickly, and practicing these responses with family members is essential to reduce panic. By rehearsing calmly and routinely, every household member can feel confident in their role, improving the overall safety of your home. We don't always get ideal conditions during a security situation. Power outages, natural disasters, and unexpected issues can make things even trickier. Let's look at how to manage these challenging scenarios with effective strategies and solutions that can make a real difference when things go south. Imagine a power outage occurs, and you're worried that an intruder might take advantage of the darkness. It's crucial to have battery-powered lights and flashlights strategically placed in easy-to-access locations around the house. Keep some in common areas and others in your safe room to ensure you're never left in complete darkness. Portable, rechargeable lanterns with adjustable brightness are especially useful for illuminating larger areas if you need to move through the house. Battery-operated portable alarms can be a great investment. These small devices can be placed at windows and doors, emitting a loud sound if triggered, which alone can deter an intruder. Many models come with adhesive backing, allowing you to position them quickly and easily where they're needed most. Remember to check the batteries regularly, so they're always operational when needed. Consider keeping a backup power source, like a solar charger or generator, to maintain power for critical devices. Solar generators can keep phones, cameras, and perimeter alarms operational during extended power outages, so you're not reliant on grid power. These generators don't require fuel, which can be scarce during emergencies, and they're often compact enough for easy storage and access. For those living in areas prone to natural disasters like hurricanes, earthquakes, or wildfires, additional precautions are essential. Natural disasters can weaken structures, creating vulnerabilities that make it easier for potential looters or intruders to enter. After a disaster, law enforcement resources may be stretched thin, and some individuals might attempt to take advantage of the situation. To counter this, use temporary barriers. Simple noise-making devices like placing bells or chimes on doors and windows can alert you to any entry attempts. Basic security tools like door braces or wedges can prevent doors from being easily forced open, even if the frame has been compromised. Securing the most vulnerable entry points like ground floor windows with plywood or heavy furniture adds an extra layer of protection. If you know a storm or disaster is imminent, reinforcing these entry points in advance is essential. This can include securing ground floor windows with plywood and moving heavy furniture in front of key entry points to act as barriers. Doing this can buy you time in case an intruder tries to take advantage of weakened structures or reduced police presence. For communication during and after a natural disaster, a reliable two-way radio or satellite phone can be invaluable, especially in rural areas where cell service may be unreliable. You may want to establish a mutual check-in protocol with neighbors or trusted contacts in the area, notifying each other if something unusual is observed around your property. Have a pre-packed evacuation bag that includes important documents, basic supplies, and self-defense tools ready to grab at a moment's notice. Pack things like a multi-tool, first aid items, a flashlight, and a few days' worth of non-perishable food and water. Additionally, keeping spare keys and copies of critical documents in your safe room or bag can simplify evacuation and help with recovery if you must leave your home in a hurry. If you notice an unfamiliar vehicle parked in or near your driveway, resist the urge to confront it directly. Instead, start by documenting the vehicle. Turn on exterior lights, use security cameras to capture footage, and, if you have an alarm system, activate it to signal that your home is protected. Observe from a safe position inside your home, taking note of details like the car's make, model, color, and license plate number if visible. You can contact non-emergency services to report a suspicious vehicle, especially if it's been lingering for an extended period. It's wise to avoid direct confrontation, as it's generally safer to observe from inside while waiting for authorities. If the situation escalates or the individual approaches your door, follow the same protocol we discussed for unexpected visitors, including verbal engagement from behind a closed door if necessary. All right, now that we've covered the essentials of home security and invasion preparedness, remember, these steps aren't about living in fear. They're about taking control and protecting what matters most to you and your family. Small actions now, like reinforcing doors and setting up an effective surveillance system, can make a world of difference if you ever face a security threat. If you found this guide helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to Reliable Prepper, and tap the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. We're committed to providing you with all the tools and information you need to stay safe and prepared. And as a thank you for joining our community, sign up for our free bi-weekly newsletter to receive exclusive security tips and get your free copy of my ebook, Surviving Civil Unrest, a complete guide. Finally, make sure to follow us on Facebook for more updates, discussions, and resources with our community. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.